Fisher Hicks. Today I just got in the 3 PCB boards from SB Reef lights. Now these are going to replace the LED lighting that's currently inside my Aqua Mars fixtures. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what these lights look like, and then we're going to go ahead and install one in the Aqua Mars fixture. So let's get to it here. So there's 3 of them here, packaged pretty good. Shipping wasn't too bad. They came from China, I believe, through DHL. Yeah. Let's go ahead and open this up. Pretty excited to do this because I have an SB Reef light on my Zeolite tank, and I love the growth that I'm getting so far, so I'm really excited to put these on the 125. So this is it here, guys. This is the board. It doesn't say what channel is blue or white, but what we're going to do is we're just going to plug one in and check which is which, and then connect them to the corresponding knobs. Now my future plan is to go ahead and I got to order a new module, a dimming module for the reef tank, and I'm going to set up these lights on the dimming module through the Apex. So we'll go ahead and I'll do that once I get the module ordered, and I'll go step by step on how to dim your lights through the Apex. So the only problem that I do see is, never mind, I found it. One of the diode lenses came off, and they just snap back in. Just an FYI on that. Okay, guys? So that's good to go. Let's go ahead and unpack the other ones, and then we will install the light fixture or the PCB board into the Aqua Mars fixture. All right, be right back. All right, guys, now we got one of the lights out of the system here. As you can see, Aqua Mars, we're at a little bit of an angle so I can work on it and still do this at the same time. I'm gonna peel these stickers off because they are just warping over time. The heat of the tank, water's not splashing up on it, but it's time to clean up this light now that we have it out. Don't get me wrong, guys, I love the Aqua Mars. I've used it for a very long time, and I really like the growth that I'm getting. I'm growing every kind of SPS I put in the tank. It really doesn't matter. It's all growing with this Aqua Mars light. But as with anything, we're always looking for something better. So these lights are better, or these PCB boards are better. All right, so just to let you know what channel we have here, this is going to be the blue channel. This is going to be the white channel. Now I have my fixture sitting on racks. If you've ever seen the canopy video, you see that it sits on the racks there. So I'm going to go ahead and start taking these apart real quick. Basically, you just got to take off all the screws and pop the top of the board out. So I'm just going to do a couple here, and then I'm going to turn the video off and come back once I get all the screws out. There's no reason to watch me sit here and do that. It's kind of a waste of time. Now it's going to be all the screws are on the top here. There should be 2 on each side of the light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take out the other 6, and we'll be right back. All right, just removed all 8 of those screws. So let's go ahead and lift this up. All right, remember this is the blue channel. All right, so that's going to be this line here, and then this is the white. Now there's going to be more screws on the inside, 4 of them. Okay, so we just got to go ahead and remove those real quick. Should be a good time to get the air duster, canned air out or whatever. And as you can see, it needs to be cleaned. It's been over a year. So I'm going to take this opportunity to clean the fans. I'm not going to bother cleaning the light board since it's not going to be in here anymore. All right. Let's go ahead and get this other one out. Finally getting over this damn cold. It was over a week. It just kind of came out of nowhere. Knocked me out, man. So getting over it. Again, blue, white. So this is the old board. You can see that I took out the light caps on this because this was sitting on the, if you're looking at the tank on the right hand side, and since there's the cross beam right here, the 2 cross beams in the 125, I kind of did this to kind of fade out that cross beam. But you don't have to do this in here because there's different lens, different types of lens and lens caps here that will spread out the light more evenly, so we don't have to do that with this. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and disconnect this. Zip tie. All right, so that's that's the blue. Using my girlfriend's kitchen knives, so this should be interesting. All right, so let's toss this out of here. I'm going to keep it because you'll never know. All right, so this is the new light. Now we have to determine which one's white or blue. So we're just going to set it in. And we're going to go ahead and connect the blue side to one of these. And we're going to plug it in and see what color it turns. Essentially how it is. So we'll be right back. Let me go ahead and grab a PC cable cord real quick, and then we will plug it in. All right, just had to grab a cord real quick. So let's go and see what one this is. All right, so it's plugged in. Let's turn it on. All right, that looks like the white lights. So it's on the wrong channel. So what we need to do is just turn the board around and plug it back in. Turn it off real quick. Swap it around. All right, might as well plug the other one in, see how that works out. I do like how they had the zip ties on the connectors here because you can definitely see how they're pretty loose. So I might go ahead and zip tie those again. So let's check out the blue. Turn the knob. There we go. That's what we want. Blue lighting. Yeah, that blue lighting in general just looks better. I know you can't really tell on the camera. Trust me, it does. All right, so what we'll do is we will go ahead and plug in the white side real quick. Yep, you see how that popped out? I'm definitely going to zip tie those back on there. Make sure the white's good. Yep, we're all good on that. Turn it off. I'm gonna go grab a couple zip ties and we will zip tie those together because as you can see, it came undone. We'll be right back. All right, I did have zip ties. I purchased them the other day while I was at Home Depot and I could not find them. So that is where we're at on that. I'm just gonna keep them connected and I will pick up zip ties once I'm done with all these lights and connect it that way. But the chances of it actually coming undone are pretty slim once the cover's on there. All right, one thing I did notice is that none of the holes match up to the Aqua Mars, okay? Because these are the 4 holes right here for it to plug in, for it to screw in. Then these are the 6 holes, they have it there. So there's none of, basically the board is just gonna sit in here. Another thing that I noticed that if you look carefully, you can see that some of the diodes are actually, just a portion of them, just a little bit on the edge, is being covered up by this black liner, or the black case. So the board fits in there just fine, but just a tiny bit of the diode is being blocked by the metal board, which again is okay. To buy a new SB Reef light compared to buying this board, I can deal with a little bit of it being blocked. So we're just gonna set these in here. Replace everything. All right, let's go unplug this. Sure everything is good. All right, so then we're just going to replace the screws after that. Freaking screwdriver. There we go. I'm a little bummed about the holes not matching up on the board, but that's not a big deal because it's really not going to move around. And I'm also a little, it doesn't really bother me too much, but the diode lens is kind of being blocked a little bit by the metal casing, which is not a big deal. It's really not being blocked that much. Plus, if I want to, I just go ahead and cut the metal casing. And I might just do that here in the future. But it's really not going to make that big of a deal. My only concern is that it might not spread the light as efficiently. And like I said, I'll just go ahead and cut it. All right, so, but we'll deal with that in the future. It's not really a concern of mine right now. And I just want to get these lights back on the tank, get everything working, see what it looks like. And hopefully the corals will be happier. All right, so let me go ahead and finish putting these on here real quick. So this upgrade, guys, if you have the Aqua Mars, this is definitely a really money-saving upgrade. The boards are, what, $70, something like that, free shipping. Shipping takes a little while. Processing time takes a little while. It's not too bad. It's like 2 or 3 weeks, something like that. I got mine in 2, and that's the only downfall is that the shipping's a little bit longer than expected, but what do you expect for something that's coming from the other side of the world? Right? You gotta be realistic about your expectations. But if you're gonna upgrade your light, this is the best way to go if you already have these ship boxes. And it's the most efficient way, money-wise. All right, so that one's done. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other two, and then we will go back to the tank. Alrighty. All right, guys, I'm gonna actually try to do the trim. As you can see, there's the plastic here on the inside, and then you can see that there is a little bit of an overhang of this black trim. So I'm actually going to take this out. So there's little gel here, these little plastic tabs you can bend up. And I'm gonna try to trim that down so that diode is not being blocked. Okay, so we did that. All right, you're just gonna pop it out, the glass. And I have some glue, like what is it? My God, I can't remember the frickin' name of it. It is the hot glue gun. Jeez, man, I can't remember shit today. All right, so I'm actually just gonna try to trim this down right here with some. I guess we'll try this. And we're gonna try to trim it down a little bit. It's because it's just the edge there. So even if we just bend it back, so. All right, here we go. And I'm not, these are in a canopy, so I could care less what they look like, to be honest with you. I just want the benefits of all the lights, okay? So I'm gonna grab a pair of pliers. Oh, got a pair right here. Rusty ass pair of pliers. And essentially I'm just going to bend this down along the seam here. I mean, if you have your lights hanging out where you can see them, this is probably not the greatest idea. But like I said, mine are in a canopy, and I could care less if it even has a cover on it. It's alright, it's all about performance. Alright, so give you a general idea of that. You guys couldn't see shit the whole time because I wasn't looking in the camera what I was doing. So this is what we started with, the flat, already, and then I bent it, as you can see. All right, see how I bent it back? This allows us to, when we put this back in, we'll have the full opening, because this is the side where the diodes were being covered just a tiny bit. So this here will be perfect for that. So I'm gonna do the other side, and then I'm gonna take the other light apart real quick to do that one. But this seems to have resolve the blocking the diodes issue. It's kind of ghetto and it's kind of ugly, but I don't care. So make sure you make that cut so you can actually bend it. And there's like a little seam that you probably can't see on the camera. All right, bent again. All right, so, all right guys, I'm gonna go ahead and do that for the rest of them and we'll be right back. As you can see, I put this one back together and no diodes are being blocked. Okay, like I said, it's a little ugly, but it works, okay? That's what's important. We're just gonna go ahead and do the last light, and then I'm gonna take that first one apart and do the little metal work there, and then we'll go back to the tank. All right guys, so everything is installed. Let's do a quick walkthrough here. You can see where I bent them down, and all the diodes can show now. That's my kid in the background there. But the tank is definitely bluer. I got the shade open up in the background there. But it's a different color for sure. It's more of a purpley blue. I have the blues all the way up at 100%, and I have the whites at 70%. So it looks good. I'm looking forward to the coral growth, that's for sure. Alright guys, I appreciate you watching. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Later.